Look, this is my 30-day transformation from the month of January. I'm 22 years old. I just say that age to, oh, this is a little kid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You know, I got certified as well with my NASM CPT as a personal trainer. So no one can tell me anything. I just hate that. But look, so I'm going to show you my 3 phases. And now we're in February. You know, I had to make a video because today is February, at least the time of the recording and the time of me posting this video. And all of you all can do this, right? And yes, I know I'm still young. However, my metabolism is not as fast as when I was a teenager, when I was 16, 17 years old. So now I had to deal with it. I started getting belly fat because I was very like skinny. So I'm like, oh, I wanna buff up. I wanna get, because I have a baby face, and since I look so young, and like these girls are telling me, oh, you look a kid. So I'm like, okay, bet. You know, I'm gonna get bigger, I'm gonna buff up, and I'm gonna look like this big person. But on the reality, I just started getting a lot of belly fat. And as you may or not know, that your muscles take way longer to grow than fat. Fat is easy. That's why it's easier to get fat than muscular, right? So I was putting way more fat than muscles. So what happened is I became this, not really chubby, I just become this skinny fat, right? So my goal was to get really, really big, to bulk up. Don't bulk up. Don't dirty bulk, right? There's no point of dirty bulk as a healthy individual. Just stay lean, you know. But that was my mistake. I'm just telling you so you all don't do it. So I was like dirty bulking, and I was trying to gain as much weight as possible. And then what happened is, well, I gained weight, and then I started becoming skinny fat. And now I started walking with a belly, and I started looking at myself like, no, this is not how I want to do. Because I was doing this multiple times. Like when I was, I think 2 years ago, I started doing the same thing. And yes, I was underweight at a time, and yes, it helped me. But in the long run, I just started having to burn that belly fat. So what would happen is I would have this season where I look good, and then later that year, I'll have another season where I don't look good. So what would happen is I would look good, look bad, and look good. So I was never, you know, that person that would look good all year round, right? You don't want to be that person where you look bad at this one time. And if you look bad at a certain time, then you're not at your peak attractiveness. You don't look your best, right? And I could say this, right? Because I went through phases. Because I'm like 5'7.5", 5'8". And as a shorter dude, right? Not as super tall. I'm not super tall. I have to make sure I'm on point, right? There's people, I think I know someone that like 6'2", and he had like belly fat, and he was okay because the reason he was able to have belly fat is because he's so tall. So it doesn't matter because he tower people, and overall, a lot of our girls in general loves people that are 6 feet and up. So in my case, the thing with me is, since I have a baby face and my body is not as, you know, big, I have to really just work on all aspects of my life. So this is what I did, and you all can do this as well. So first, I bulked up. Do not bulk. I have this app where I would just take a picture. It's like this AI app. I have a picture. I would take a picture of foods, and then it would scan it. And as you may or may not know, AI, when it comes to tracking calories, is not the most accurate, but it does give you a good estimate. And that's what I did. I just took a picture, and it helped me. Okay, I'm like, okay, I'm eating this, I can't eat this, I can't eat this. Before, I would just wing it. I'm like, oh, let me just eat this, let me just eat this, and let me just burn my calories. I had someone tell me that, oh, just eat a lot and then burn all the calories. Eat a lot, lift heavy, eat a lot, and burn the calories. And yes, that works if you know what you're doing. Or no, it doesn't work, at least for me, right? At least for someone, it doesn't work if you're trying to wing it. I know people can do it, but like, okay, for example, I started like trying to measure my macros, my micros, and that's very good. But for me, it just took the life of me. Like, I had to track. I'm like, no, and it was taking time. And I feel like I would do that more when I'm more like established, maybe in my 30s possibly, because I'll probably have more time to do that, especially if my image is based on my how I look, right? And I do have pictures in the screen, so people don't think I'm just making things up. I'm just capping, right? But any of you all can do this, right? And then what I also did is I did a treadmill. I did 12 incline, 3 speed, and I did that. I did like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, I think I only did 30 minutes a few times. But if you do more of a calorie deficit, it would help. You could do some cardio. Cardio is very important as well. I just been slacking. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I've been doing cardio every day. I made sure not to miss a step. The thing with me is that my belly fat wasn't like OD, like some people. Like some people belly fat like so big, you're like, wow. But mine was like little fat. So for me, I did minimum cardio. And I did some, calorie deficit, because at the end of the day, the reason people are like big is because they eat a lot. But let's say you're much bigger, like way bigger, then obviously you have to do some serious cutting. If you do the 12 incline, the 3 speed, but you have to work your way to it, because at the end of the day, there's no way you're gonna go in that treadmill super like overweight and just do 12 incline 30 minutes straight 3 speed. That's not happening, right? So you have to build yourself up. You could do like 5 minutes and 10 minutes, and treadmill is boring, at least for me. So a good thing, I don't have headphones. I was so like immature that time. I had like a bunch of headphones, but then it got stolen because I would have put it here. I was dumb, and I was very irresponsible, so I left out my headphones. So that's why treadmill was so boring for me. But have some headphones, AirPods, something. When I had headphones, it was so easy to do 30 minutes because I was vibing. But I just didn't like in a treadmill when you're walking, you're just looking at people. Like there's no like you could look at your screen, but I like walking straight, chest up, walking, right? I don't like just looking at my screen all the time. But what I don't like is you look at people. However, in my gym, they have like a movie thing, so I'm just watching a screen. That's way better than staring at people. I don't want to be that creep. Oh, Charles in the elevator staring at people. No. I don't like, that's weird, I watch the screen, I watch it, and I love doing that, right? It's like a movie. They'll have select movies, every day, and then I'll just watch that. But sometimes it's full, so I can't go there. And like for example, today I skipped cardio because I did shoulders, I did legs, so it took a lot of time, and I didn't want to like keep doing it. It was too much, right? I'm like, nah, I'm not doing 30 minutes of cardio today. Plus I'm hungry, I'm gonna go eat. I had to record this video. Like I wasn't even gonna record a video today, but I'm like, let me record it because we're fresh, and it's still New Year's. I know some of y'all already, didn't do your resolutions or whatever, but it's still New Year's. People are still fresh. I think when it comes to summer, June, July, people are like, New Year's, it start next year and everything. And that's how people are. Every year they want to start new. Like it was so packed. The gym is kind of dying down a little bit, and it's much better. But that's the thing with New Year's resolution. But this is like my 3 transformations. So I was able to go from this to that to this, and I'm like, wow. Now it's 6-pack, right? Right, I'm not gonna be those people. Oh, get 6-pack in 30 days. Get 6-pack in 30. No, I'm just being real, right? This is realistic. This is not those people that cap and make it look good. I fasted for 30. I don't know, or something. I went to the gym for 30 days. Look at the results. I'm ripped. You're not gonna become ripped 30 days if you're starting with some type of belly fat. Like if you have belly fat, you're much fatter. You're not. You're gonna see some obviously visible transformation, such as maybe not a visual, but maybe slight belly fat loss, or like me, my stomach was down and it felt good, and all of you are capable if you just work hard and you just grind and you go to the gym. Because at the end of the day, no one wants to wake up early in the gym, and you don't have to wake up early. I'm not saying. Some people are busy and they have to wake up early. You can do it after work. You can do it after your nap. You can just find some time, right? You don't have to power lift and do big weights if that's not what you want to do. I personally don't want to be doing big weights. I see people boom, like the weight is smashing on the floor, and I don't want to do that, because at the end of the day, I want something in longevity that I could continue doing, that I can continue pushing. I don't want to like put like to the fact where I start hurting myself really badly, to the point where I don't want to go to the gym. Like, I hurted myself so much times in the gym because I was trying to do heavy, and then what happened? I started getting hurt, and then I had to take a break. I had to do physical therapy, and I couldn't, and it's not worth it, right? And thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.